बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलामुअलैकुम। आप देख रहे हैं स्टडी विस्डम। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है द इंडिपेंडेंस एक्ट 1947। द इंडिपेंडेंस एक्ट 1947 was enacted to give effect to the Mountbatten Plan of 3rd June 1947. He formalized and legalized what had been held out by the British government as a promise to the people of India. The act provided for the partition of India and the establishment of two independent dominions to be known as India and Pakistan, with effect from the 15 August 1947. With the end of the sovereignty of the British government over the Indian states, treaties and agreement between the British and any of the authorities in the tribal area also lapsed. The silent features and the provision of the act are enumerated below. Number 1. A Governor General was provided for each of the new dominions who were to be appointed by the Crown, subject to the law of the legislature of either of the new dominions. The same person could be Governor General of both the new dominions. Number 2. The legislature of the two dominions were made fully sovereign and were given power to make laws having extraterritorial jurisdiction. The Governor General of each dominion had full power to assent. No act of Parliament of the United Kingdom on or after 15 August could extend to any of the new dominions. Number 3. The Constituent Assembly of each of the dominion was given the power to frame a constitution pending which each of the dominion and all provinces and other parts thereof were to be governed as nearly as could be a accordance with the Government of India Act 1935. After 31 March 1948, later extended to 31st March 1949, the Constituent Assembly of the Dominion had the power to make such modification or adaptation. Number 4. The office of the Secretary of State for India was abolished and the Provinces of the Government of India Act 1935 relating to appointments to the civil service or civil posts under the Crown by the Secretary of State ceased to operate. However, all those who had been appointed by the Secretary to State before 15 August 1947 to the civil service of the Crown, or those who had been appointed as judges of the Federal Court or a High Court before such date, were to continue as such in either of the dominions. Number 5. The Indian Armed Forces were divided between the two dominions, and the Governor General were to make provision for such division for the command and government of those forces. British forces in India included His Majesty Air Force and Naval Force, were not to form part of the Indian forces on or after 15 August 1947. Number 6. The existing instrument of instruction to the Governor General and the Governor of the provinces would lapse and they would act without such instrument. Number 7. The law of British India and of the several parts thereof existing immediately before 15 August 1947 would, as far as applicable and with necessary adaptation, continue as the law of each of the new dominions and the several part thereof until other provision were made by law of the legislature of the dominion in question or by any other legislature or other authority having power in that behalf. Number 8. The provinces of Bengal as constituted under the Government of India Act 1935 ceased to exist, and in its place was constituted two provinces known as East Bengal and West Bengal. The district of Slath was to form part of the new provinces of East Bengal, and the boundaries of these two provinces were to be determined by the award of a boundary commission appointed by the Governor General of British India. Number 9. The province of the Punjab as constituted under the Government of India Act 1935 ceased to exist, and its place two new provinces were constituted to be known as West Punjab and East Punjab. The boundaries of the two new provinces were to be determined by a boundary commission appointed by the Governor General of British India, and until such determination the districts specified in the second schedule of the Act were to be treated as territories comprising the new province of West